Yeah, screw it. It's close enough. I don't like waiting around if I... Today's just gonna be a, chill stream. Let me know if the music is a little too loud. But... It's the waiting room for Project Epoch because it's coming out Friday! And I have to work all weekend. I will be able to play after work, though, so there will be a few hours a day I'll be able to play. I am going to boost again because I just don't... I'm not going to go deep into the beta because I don't want to burn out before it's even out, you know what I mean? But today we're just going to talk about Epoch, talk about private servers, talk about World of Warcraft, chill stream. I'm going to be drawing it while I do that, but before we get to that, I first want to make my character in Project Epoch, if I remember my password. I do not. Hang on. That's not the password either. I've got like 10 million passwords, but I figured it out. Okay. So, I'm going to just pre-make my character because you are allowed to pre-make your character and name your character. You just cannot log in once you're done with that. Hello, Drazen. How are you? But yeah, this is not a gameplay stream because it's not up yet. You just make your character. That's all I'm doing. I'm just reiterating because we have people joining, so... if you're watching the VOD, I'm sorry I'm repeating, but it happens when you're live. You get people who join, they don't know what's going on, you gotta catch them up. I'm just gonna create my typical character I always do. You know what, actually for the beta, let's go something else. Am I missing something? No, that's correct. Let's do something different for the beta, because this is not a character I'm gonna be keeping. I normally make my Tauren Hunter. Yeah, see, this is the guy I always make right here. I'll change up his beard every once in a while, though. But I think we're going to make an orc. I think... Should I make a warrior or should I make a rogue? You guys decide for me real quick. I'm going to, I'm just going to do the generic face, because a lot of these faces are kind of ugly. I like orcs, but the older models, the faces are just so fucking ugly. I just like the generic orc look. I'll do mohawk. I'll do black hair. I just want like a normal beard. That's like the stubble. Is there one that's like between those two? Yeah, right there. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna name him Gromgash. That's a, oh, I made it a rogue. Okay, I guess we're playing a rogue. I didn't even get to choose yet. That's it. That's gonna be my character for Project Epoch. But, like I said before, for people just joining, we cannot play. We can only make our characters. So that's what I'm going to be playing when it's up. Now let's back out because we can't play it. We are in the waiting room right now to play. Oops. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. Wrong thing. So, I've got this here. Now let me just reconfigure my desk here. For... the waiting room stream, sorry you're hearing stuff with the mic moving. I am going to be drawing a Project Epoch logo. I already... Where's my mouse? Let me use my pen. I already started on it, because sketching out and, like, deciding how I'm going to do it takes the longest. It takes me hours sometimes. So I started it already, but I'm going to finish it on the stream. Just the same way I did with the, Blade Master. Hi, Tetra, how you doing? So yeah, Project Epoch. Let me pull up something real quick. Let's go to the Project Epoch Discord. Go to the announcements. Okay, so yeah, so the server itself is going to go live 2 p.m. Friday, so 2 days from now, the final patch will be pushed out Thursday. So tomorrow you can pull up your Project Epoch launcher and update it so it's ready for Friday. I am going to be at work. That's actually when I'm going to lunch break. So it'll be I'm actually okay with that because the first hour you're gonna have everybody rushing in. It's going to be fucking terrible. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit, and it'll give time for them to fix anything if the server starts breaking. So by the time I log on 4 or 5 hours from that point, then it should be fine. Man, so Project Epoch has been in development since September 2021, public since July 2022. So yeah, I remember because 2022, that time, I was just starting to cover Turtle WoW after, well, I was starting to get deep into it after the fallout from Revelation WoW, and then I saw Epoch WoW and I started covering that too. So this is my third server I started covering. How many people will show up for the beta 3? Beta 2 peaked at 1,100 players. A lot. Yeah, I'm gonna move out. Actually, I don't have to move out. I'll leave it right there. I don't know. It's hard to tell because... Let's get this set up now. Do I have anything on this paint layer? I do not. Okay. Okay, I think I set it up and I just don't remember setting it up. So, when it comes to betas, that's too small. I think that'd be fine. When it comes to betas, a lot of people don't play betas because they're betas. They're going to be wiped, and a lot of people don't like that their character is going to be wiped. They don't like it, that it's temporary. There's all different reasons. It's broken mess, all this kind of bullshit. Or they come, they see, they leave, right? Launch is going to be the real numbers, right? Launch is going to be, because that's when you get to keep your character, you actually get to go in, you get to play, you get to do everything, and you get to keep it. So, I need to put on my drawing glove, so I don't have traction on this. Am I on the right layer? I am on the right layer, okay. You know what? Hang on. Reduce the opacity so I can actually see what I am doing. But yeah, we're gonna see real numbers when it comes to launch. Beta, there's always very few people in the beta comparatively. I'm playing for the pet and to test out all the classes. I got the pet in the first beta. I did not get it in the second beta because I almost did, but a couple of things held me back, so I was not able to, unfortunately. But I have the first one, which is like the mini Diablo pet or whatever it is, and I'm completely fine with that. And there we go. Hope it doesn't crash the server when it releases. In one of the betas, Van Cleef was not killable. It may have been the first beta, but I killed him in the first beta. He was really hard though, because what level was I? I'd have to go back and check my VOD, but I showed up, I was DPS, then the tank left, so I tried to tank it. And we were getting close each time, but he kept sending those fuckers out, and he hit so hard. And even if I hit the enemies, I didn't even have a taunt, so I'm a lobby warrior wannabe tank without a taunt because I was not the right level yet. and it was just really fucking hard because the warlocks kept pulling. So the warlocks tried having their pets tank Van Cleef, and it was just not working. But we found somebody who was max level. Well, max level for that beta, so what was it, like 20 or something? I don't remember. 20, 25, something. And he was a hunter, and he came in, and he used his pet to tank for us. So that was pretty cool. So we did get that kill. You like doing DM around 19 to 20? I don't remember what level I was. Oh, it was 30. Okay, so that was the max level. Yeah, the dude was max level, and he came in and destroyed it for us. And we're like, oh shit, that was great. Oh, he was still OP in beta 2. I didn't fight him in beta 2. I really wanted to go back and check out the dungeons again because we were higher level, so it would have been easier. But I did not do that. I did the new dungeon. That one I did off stream, but I did it again on stream for the beta 2.5. So that was pretty good. So I don't know what I want to do for these horns here. I kind of did like a little squiggle, but in like the reference picture I'm looking at, it's kind of like that. I don't know, I think it's kind of boring. I think I want to do the squiggle. And then round it out like that because it's already going over his skin there. See, I'm trying to draw Nozdormu here because that's my little reference. That's actually 3 images of Nozdormu that I kind of stitched together. You can see that's why there's a bunch of weird stuff with the picture. That's my reference for this. And then he's hugging the hourglass of time. Or not hugging, he's kind of like wrapped around it. But there's a lot of private servers that are dabbling with their server lore being time. Project Epoch, Time, Infinite. This server's doing it. Hour of Twilight is doing it. Revelation WoW is doing it. Duskhaven is doing it. Every fucking server's doing it. I think with the exception of Azeroth at War. So, I was trying to determine, okay, who's gonna be the mascot of the server? Duskhaven already has claims to Murozond, because even though they have Nozdormu, Murozond is their cover boy. So I said, okay, so we're not going to go Murozond, because Duskhaven has him. Revelation WoW seems to be going more toward Chromie, and then you have Chromie Craft with Chromie. So I said, okay, we're not going to do Chromie, so I don't think anyone else is using Nozdormu, so I'm going to use Nozdormu. So that's how I got this image. Aridin mentioned that he got nerfed for beta 2.5. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, betas are betas, so you're going to have a lot of stuff being fixed, numbers being tweaked. Oh, speaking of Azeroth at War, a lot of stuff from betas 1 to 2, well, closed beta to open beta, a lot of it got fixed in that time period, but a lot of it didn't. I can safely say that for beta 2, a lot more stuff is being fixed. Like they tried doing redesign classes. A lot of it had negative feedback, so they're going back to the drawing board. Like they are listening to player feedback when it comes to that server. No. That's better. Okay. I hate doing like longer stuff like that because it could get messed up so easy. And now the dog is barking. Does he hit like a truck on Turtle? Well, Turtle I thought was increasing all the stats for dungeons to make them a little bit more difficult, right? I know a lot of servers are doing that. I think Duskhaven's doing that too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to fix it. I mean, a beta's a beta. That's what it's for. So I think he's overtuned on Turtle because people have to abuse the cannon trick to beat him. I don't remember doing that. I I only played on Alliance on one character on Turtle WoW. I'm trying to remember. I did do Dead Mines on that character. I just don't remember how it went. I don't remember it being difficult, but it was also like a year ago, so I don't really remember that much. I need to play Turtle WoW again. I haven't for a while. I like what they're doing. I just have not really been into Turtle WoW lately. I think it's just the last couple of updates have been a bit lackluster. Like Gilneas, I did not play on the Alliance side, so I'm not talking about the Alliance questing here. I heard that it's good on the Alliance questing, but the Horde questing was just absolutely like, why were we even there? The Horde questing on Gilneas made absolutely no sense, and it was just a bunch of random busy work to be there. It's like, oh, here's just something for the Horde to do. It's like, okay, well, Alliance have a nice quest about going into Gilneas City and defeating Gen and all this other stuff. Where's the Horde's quest line for that? Nope. Telebim. I liked Telebim, but it could have been so much more. You know what I mean? Like, I like what we got, but they could have gone above and beyond, and they didn't. I just feel like they're trapping themselves into, we need to feel like vanilla, therefore it's like, I get you don't want to turn it into like retail, but there's ways to do it to make it cooler and going above and beyond, but still have that vanilla feeling. I mean, that's what old school RuneScape is doing, right? I mean, you have the argument now that there's a ton of bloat with all of the content updates they've had, but all of the content updates that they have had are completely in line with how the game feels. Like, I've been to Varlamore. I love Varlamore. And yeah, it's making a lot of the skills easier to grind. Like, I ground up like 3 levels of prayer in like 8 minutes. But, it still feels like old school RuneScape, if you know what I mean. Turtle WoW is just boring V+. I remember when V+ came out, I wanted to try it and I did not. Well, yeah, Van Cleef's ads are a pain in the ass. I wish he would just kill them and be done with it, but on Epoch, I think he respawned them at like 66 and 33% health. So you had to fight them like fucking 3 times. Well, Tetra, that's not my point. My point is you can add stuff and still feel like vanilla, but it doesn't have to be boring. Go kill and collect 10 bear asses all the time. The dungeons are great. I'm not gonna complain about the dungeons because they feel like vanilla dungeons. They feel like they're out in the world. You have the scope. You see where it is in the world, what the importance of the location is, and you go in, and it's not really linear. You just go and do it. Like, even what's that new one that they added in Ashenvale? I forgot it's called. You know what I'm talking about. it's kind of like a circle when you look at the map, and you kind of go around and you do all of them kind of like in a circle, but you don't really have to. You can skip and go to this guy. You can go over here and go. You don't have to follow the path. I still think though the absolute best um the absolute best thing about Project Epoch is the Epoch time. I want other servers to do it. Not only like the biggest reason is because I hate logging onto Turtle WoW in when it's still daylight my time and it's fucking dark. Every time I play Turtle WoW, it's dark unless I wake up at 6 in the morning and play it. But all of the cool changes, the stats, all that kind of stuff are dependent on what time of day it is, and I think that's really cool. I don't like that one. It's part of the RPG. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, like I said, Gilneas on the Horde side was just kind of boring. We did not need to be there. I would have been completely okay if it was just an alliance zone and maybe they had a horde zone. It could have been added later if they didn't have the time, but I would have preferred if they just kind of focused on one thing instead of like, well, the horde need quests too. There's horde zones and there's alliance zones. It's completely fine. Just focus on one, make it good, and then if you have to give the other team something else later down the line at another point of time somewhere else. It just felt a little mismanaged. And like Hyjal, I don't know, I didn't get deep into Hyjal. I played it on stream for like an hour or two, and I did some questing. But when you're level 60, unless there's a goal or a purpose, you don't really want to quest. Why am I questing if I'm not getting anything out of it? When you're leveling, it's fine because you're getting experience. You don't have to get gold. You don't have to get gear. You're getting experience. You're getting something out of it. The level 60, I just don't want to quest. Hang on. I'm questing on my level 60 because I want to see the new content and I don't want to have to level a new character to do so. I'm gonna probably level a new character anyway, eventually, because I just kind of want to. But I'm talking about like end game content, right? Like the Hyjal. It's like I get there's dailies that you can get like catch up gear for and stuff, but after doing just like the intro quest to get to the top of the mountain, I already felt burnt out. I don't know what it was. Na 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 na. Kind of blended his tongue in with that a little bit. Gave him a forked tongue because he's like a lizard, so. Am I good? Okay, okay, we're good. Sorry, my OBS just gave me a thing saying it disconnected and reconnected. That was weird. I'm watching my stream. Give me a second, make sure. Okay, we're good. Yeah, OBS just kind of blipped for a second there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Hyjal. It's the exact same. I think I was saying this, but then OBS blipped out. Hyjal in Turtle WoW is the exact same layout as Vanilla WoW, just finished. It doesn't have that green screen look. It's got the trees and everything. It's not unfinished, and it's the exact same layout as TBC, as in Cataclysm. So it's the exact same map layout. Doesn't mean it's good, but it's not like Turtle WoW really did anything except add in the finishing touches and then adding quests. They didn't make that map from scratch like they did Telebim. I messed up here. I might finish his horns. I didn't really finish his horns. I didn't try the raids. Like I said, I just kind of burnt out a little bit of Turtle WoW, so I didn't bother really gearing. I just kind of log on to see, like, new leveling content when it comes out. It's like, I can appreciate what they're trying to do, but I just feel like, god damn it, they could do so much more. Why is this hard? Fuck it. That's fine. I'll deal with that. Yeah, let's see how it looks. Yeah. He does have, like, wolf eyes, so I think I'm gonna color that in black. I'm gonna Sharpie it in. So, not to brag, but I got Alex Sensual in my DMs, and we were talking, right? And he asked me like, what, like, how do I think the launch of Epoch WoW is going to be like, right? And my response to how I think the actual launch, not the beta, the launch of Epoch WoW is going to be. First of all, it's going to be wholly uh, based upon rather what is in the server at the start, because I'm not expecting them to have as much content as Turtle WoW, because remember, Turtle WoW started in like what, 2018, and at first they were a Blizz like server, and then they added the new stuff later, like what, 2020, 2021 roughly. So they've got, let's say 2020 to now, that's 4 years of new content added. So they've had time to build their audience, to build their content, for good or ill, it doesn't matter. They've got the audience now, and they're retaining it mostly. There's been issues here and there of why people are leaving. There's all different reasons. We're not going to go into that, doesn't matter. Epoch WoW has to have a strong start. If they have a strong start and they're able to catch people's attention, they will retain and they'll grow. And they have the chance to become bigger than Turtle WoW. Is it going to happen right away? No. Can it happen? Yes. Looking a little too fluffy there. I think I need to do the hourglass real quick, so I can fit it in with his beard and then draw his neck to go into it. Let me do his wings and get them out of the way. Yeah, well, depends. We'll see what happens there. I think Epoch will do okay. 1100 new quests, rework DM. Oh yeah, they've got definitely a lot of stuff that can hook a player, but okay, so if anyone was subbed and watched me when they did their very first beta, what was one of my criticisms of the first beta? There wasn't enough custom content in the start. Like, I'm talking levels 1 to 5, 1 to 10 start. Now, they have added stuff since then, and they are adding stuff now, and that's good. I want them to do that. The reason why is because, let's look at Turtle WoW. If I make an orc or a troll and I'm in Duratar, there's a whole new island of the Echo Islands to do several quests in and continue the Averold storyline. There's that Sparkwater port. There's the Wind Rider guy, just like in Goldshire, that can fly around that zone if you feed him. There's a ton of new areas and new quests, so you feel off the bat that it's a custom server, not Blizz like vanilla, and it gives you that first impression of, wow, there's a lot of stuff here. What else have they done? That's your hook. It's the same thing as trying to hook somebody into a book you're writing. What is the hook? What is the draw? Because if, let's say they add all their new stuff, but it's all level 20, level 40, well, as a level 5, starting off, I'm not seeing all the new stuff. So I'm like, okay, so where's all the new stuff? I thought this is a custom server. Where's all the new stuff? That's one of the things that I criticize them on, is you need to put more new stuff in the starting zones. Now, they are doing that. I'm not saying they're not. They are. They heard me and they heard other people. I don't like that. And they are doing that. But take that concept. Now put it for the whole server. That's what they need to do to keep people retained if they want to grow beyond the launch. Now, like I said, I think they can do it. They most certainly can. They've already got a lot of stuff there. They've already got the groundworks to add more stuff later down the line. They very much can do it. It's now just a waiting game of, will they follow through, basically. Ba 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 ba. Well, yeah, Doctor, that's precisely what I was talking about earlier. Turtle has 4 years of development, regardless of how they started. And I'm talking about 4 years of the new added-on content, not because they started in like 2018 with their vanilla Blizz-like stuff, right? They've got 4 years of added content. So, regardless of how they started, that's now irrelevant. How they are right now is going to be comparing to Epoch WoW starting. Is Epoch starting with more stuff than Turtle WoW? Yes. Do they have more stuff than them right now? No. So, let's say I'm a player that I've never even played a private server. Never, ever. I'm back in 2016 looking up what server I want to play for the first time, right? Or whenever Warlords of Draenor came out. When I Googled it, or YouTubed it, there was almost no videos. No videos. All I could find was that the best servers to play for a vanilla experience were Nostalrius and Chronos. But no one talked about it other than they exist. I didn't know anything. So I chose Chronos. In the long run, it was probably a good idea because Nostalrius shut the fuck down, but from what I've been told, Nostalrius had the better experience. Now, I didn't know any of that until after the fact. What about now? Right now, I'm a new player. I want to play Vanilla Plus because Seasons of Discovery is not doing it for me. What servers are there to play? Well, now there's going to be a ton of them. There's Turtle WoW, there's Duskhaven, there's Epoch WoW, there's Azeroth at War, there's shit ton of others, Hour of Twilight, then you have all the other ones like Sun Fury, Felmis, Chromicraft, Warmane, holy fucking shit. What do I do? Well, you can narrow down to what's the Vanilla Plus ones. Okay, we narrowed it down, let's say there's 5 servers. Which one is the best? Well, first of all, Turtle WoW is out, and it's been out, and it's got an established player base. That's already a major draw for people. All of the other ones are in development. They're all in development. So, I'm not talking about V Plus right now, because I don't really have any concept of V Plus, so I'm not talking about them. Epoch WoW is very close to actually launching, so there's a draw there. Okay, there, I don't have to wait much longer. But who's got the bigger player base? People are watching. The few people who are watching are noticing that. So, that's what I'm saying. Epoch WoW needs to have that off-the-bat draw, not only from level 1 to 10, but from 1 to 60. What can I do? What is there? And if I see that it's more enticing than Turtle WoW, I'm going to go there. And that's what we want. That's what we all want for Epoch WoW, because regardless of the Turtle versus Epoch, who's going to be on top, I don't give a fuck. I want them all to succeed, right? We all want a good private server. But in reality, people are going to gravitate to one because that's where all the players are. Ideally, it's spread out so we can all hop servers, and there are going to be, let's say, like 5 servers that have a healthy player base. Not abundant like Turtle WoW, healthy. 500 players. 500 to 1,000. That's healthy, right? Enough to play with people, but not enough to be dead. For a private server. Turtle's got thousands of players. Epoch WoW now, they show they can have the numbers. They showed it. They had over 1,000 for just the beta. And remember what I said earlier. Betas have far less players than the launches because people don't want to lose their character. They don't want to have that time limit. They don't want to be temporary. So, the fact that they could hit 1,000 shows they do have a very strong chance. They can get those numbers and they can succeed. It's now up to them to retain it. That's what I'm saying. Turtle launch was basically vanilla. Yeah, I already said that. It was at 200 players. Yeah, I think I joined and it was roughly 200, 500, and then when it started hitting like 700, 900, we're like, oh man, over 1,000 players online at a time. Oh my god. And then I remember it was like a big serious thing when they hit like 2,000 players. Now they're hitting like fucking 11,000, right? It's like, holy shit. But, well, not anymore because they split up the servers, but before they split it up, it was like, holy shit. Salve, that's not my point. It doesn't matter how long it takes to get from 1 to 5. The point is the draw. In those 5 minutes you spent getting to level 5, was there anything that showed you that it was a custom server? If not, you're going to get the impression that it's just a normal, regular, vanilla server. Because that's how I felt when I first made my first character in the first beta. That first area, all they had were added raptors, the Duratar. Or like the trial of the Valley of Trial. All that was new was added raptors. That's it. I go to Echo Islands. Okay, it's all pretty much the same. Oh, there's a new elite. Oh wow, there's a new elite there. That's cool. What else? So, like I said, they are adding new stuff since the first beta. It's going to be there. It's just we need that draw, that hook that says this is a custom, fresh experience. That's why you want to stay. I have faith Epoch will add more. Yeah, they are. I'd be happy if they added a bunch of quests to the zones that felt unfinished, like Ajara, Blasted Lands, maybe Winter Spring. What? Hey, do you mean like unfinished storylines where it's like, you gotta wait to see what happens? That's kind of a hit or miss, because then people will feel like blueballed, like, well, wait, what happens next? It's an unfinished storyline. Now, if they set it up to be like, this section of the quest is complete, but there's the possibility for more to happen later, sure. It's got to be done right. Uh, Rickard, the open beta is Friday at 2 p.m. We're just in the waiting room right now. But you can log on and create your character so that they're ready. You can create your character now, which I did at the start of the stream, and the final patch is tomorrow, so you can update it and get ready. What was your name on Chronos? The exact same name that I had on every private server I played, that I'm the Tauren Hunter. I play the exact same character every single time. Turtle WoW just isn't for me. It doesn't have to be. That's completely fine. Not every server has to be for everybody. That's why there's, thankfully, a lot of choices. It's just, we also don't want bloat. You know what I mean? We don't want a million servers. Having 10 servers, yeah, it's a lot, but you wouldn't have a monopoly. You can still have all the different stuff. So people who like this can go here. People who like this can go here. So more on this because it's going to have more 60 content. That's something that Turtle is kind of, okay, so Turtle WoW really needs to add, endgame stuff. Like, I like the leveling stuff that they're adding. It's great. But I feel like they need to add stuff to do at endgame. And I'm not talking raids. There's plenty of raids. You can add more. I'm not saying you can't. High Jaws, fine. You got your dailies to get your upgrades. But servers in general, all servers. I've been thinking about making a video on this topic, and I am going to. Servers need to stop pigeonholing themselves into being like, being basically like Blizzard, where the entire point is to level up and then raid. Level up and then raid. Why can't we go beyond that? You can have the level up experience. That is the gameplay, right? That is the game. You are exploring new areas. You are defeating the Defias, the Centaur. You're exploring, you're delving into the dungeons. That is the game. And then the end game just happens to be there for, hey, I happen to beat all of the zones, and now I have raids to do at level 60. But here's the thing. Everyone has done these raids, and to add another raid, well, now, besides raid night, what else am I gonna do? Servers really need to look into adding sandbox content for the people who raid log, like between raids, and for the people who don't even want to raid. They need to add stuff to do that is just a goal you can have. You don't need it, but you want it. You want to... Oh. For an example... Mr. Pandaria. The farm. You did not need the farm. You did not need it. Was it there? Yeah. Did you want to do it, or could you do it if you wanted to do it? Yeah. I want to do it because it was fun. I liked having the Pandaren farm. I did not need it. I didn't do it on every character. I did it on one character. That was fine. You know what else? You know what else? That's optional content you did not need to know. And a lot of people don't even know about this. In Mr. Pandaria, you know the Makura, right? The crab dudes? There were, how many? Like 5 of them named rares. Or, I don't know if they were rares, they were just named creatures. Along the coastline around Pandaria. And if you killed all 5 of them, you got their item or whatever, and you can merge it together to make, like, you've seen the model before. It's the fist weapon that looks like the claw. You get that, and you get basically that as a novelty item, but then it's called, like, the Clawmorn or something. Like, it was a play on words for Frostmorn, but it was just a novelty item. Fun. Did not mean to be there. Did not need to do it, but it was there. And you could do it. Why isn't there more stuff like that? Why aren't, like, servers need to just add more sandbox things. Go and do this. Go and do that. You can do it if you want to. Like, Turtle started to do that garden thing, the gardening, which was a neat idea, but in practice it really sucks. I hate doing it because it's just bad. But I liked that you could just go around and find pumpkins, find watermelons just all over the bushes, and you can pick them, and you can get the seeds from them that you can plant. That was cool. Flesh that out. Flesh it out. Make it its own gameplay. Yeah, don't like that. Hmm. Oops. Okay. I fixed it. Um. So, are you a bronze fly dragon multiples world with the same? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I just like creating my original character that I made back in 2005. I played a Tauren Hunter in 2005 when I first played WoW. I recreated. I still have him. He's got a different name now because I was trying to be edgy and I changed his name from White Iguana to Iron Iguana. That was at the height of Warlords of Draenor. That's why I did that. But I still have that same exact Tauren Hunter. He doesn't have the white fur anymore. I think I gave him black fur, but it doesn't matter. When I joined Kronos, I made the exact same character as he was when I first made him. And from there, I recreated him on Light's Hope. I recreated him on Elysium. Well, Elysium came first, but you know what I mean. I created him on another server that the same people brought out. I don't remember which one. Actually, no, I did not. I instead made a dwarf warrior on that server. But then, and then on Northdale, I did not make him again. I made a orc warlock that I called Nergigante from Monster Hunter. And then when Classic came out, I created the same character. I created the same character in Turtle WoW. And so on. I remember. Okay, you want to see something very cringe? Here, I'll show you something real quick. Real cringe. I can't say the word. And it's not there. Where did I put it? Let me click that real quick. No, that's not it. Where did I put it? Let me go to pictures, drawings. No, it's not there either. I thought I had it saved on my computer. Let me just look one more spot. Shit. I guess it's not on the computer. I thought I saved it. I've got the paper version, so I can still show you. Just give me... I'm gonna actually just check one more spot. Pictures... No. Maybe it's under my World of Warcraft folder? Oh, wait, maybe? Nope, nope, that's the newer one. I'll show you that one anyway, but let me show you something really funny. Ow. Oh, perfect. One of them was right on top. Oh my god. I need to go through this whole fucking... This bottom drawer of my desk is literally just all old drawings. Like, old drawings from, like, elementary school up through high school. This is how cringe it's going to be. So this... hang on, real quick. I'm gonna scratch out something here. This is an old folder that my mom gave me, and it's got her name on it because it says at the bottom classroom coordinator. That's how you know it's from vanilla. Not vanilla. Wow, what the fuck am I? See, I'm getting crazy now. That's how you know it's from elementary school. But the comic itself I drew in middle school because this is my third volume, which I cover my name there, did in Wrath of the Lich King. So this was 2008. So I was in 8th grade. And there it is. There's my Tauren Hunter. And my Blood Elf Rogue with her Alteric Frost Saber. Or whatever it's called. The Alteric Wolf Mount. Whatever it was called. That's how hyper cringe. Oh my god. This entire comic was literally on the Death Knight starting zone. So there's Ebenhold. There's the Tauren Hunter fighting the Undead Scourge. But, now let me show you... No, let me show you this. So this was a, oh, let me pull it over here. This was another comic that I actually tried, that I tried doing not too long ago. And there he is. There's my Tauren Hunter. So there he is fighting the Centaur. Yeah, this one I never finished. Like, it was supposed to be like a remake of an older World of Warcraft comic. Like, I'm talking stick figure old. Where one of each race of the vanilla races, that is, all got together to defeat, like, an evil. So it's like, so basically, cross-faction. Yeah, I like that. Where he sees the vision of Hakar. I don't think that was going to be my main villain. I just kind of had that there. There's my human. He's based off of another character that was a rogue. I like that. Just the dwarf. Just sitting there. He's a paladin. He gets called because this guy's in trouble and this fucking gnome is summoning a demon on his ass. I really should have finished it, but I never did. Alright, well, let's go back to what we were doing. Where's artist? There we go. Yeah, that's how far back the Tauren Hunter goes. It goes back really far. Classic Plus servers weren't really a thing outside of V Plus and Turtle until like last year. A bunch of them sprang up into development. No, not quite. There have been a few of them. They just never got traction, or they got shut down for one reason or another. Be it a player count, Blizzard catching them, or no funds or whatever. Like they've been around for years. I remember back in the day when YouTube was still new. I remember seeing this video. I don't think the video exists anymore. I wouldn't even be able to tell you the name of it. I just remember it was a type of trailer for the server, but I had no concept of these servers, so I thought it was a trailer for actual World of Warcraft. And I thought so at the time. Of course, now I know better, but what it was a server that had new druid forms, and they were showing like this Tauren in the Crossroads turning into like all these different, I don't remember what it was, I just remember the last one. I'll tell you that in a second. He's turning into all these things. I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. I want to play a druid now, because I didn't know any better. I was a fucking kid. This was like, when did YouTube come out? Fucking like 2006. So yeah, like TBC was just about to start, I think, or it just started. And the last thing that he turned into was a fucking dragon. And he was the size of Crossroads, and he's walking around and he's flying. And I'm just like, holy shit, is that what happens when you hit max level as a druid? I need to make a druid. Like these servers existed. It's just now people are paying attention to them. Especially, I think Turtle WoW is what really got people's attention. But they've existed. I think the one that most people point to is Hero WoW, or Heroes WoW. That one was more of a fun server, like a do-what-you-want kind of server, but still, like, non-Blizz-like servers existed. It was just the Blizz-like servers that people played the most back in the day, and really still play up until now, where it's like, we've played Vanilla WoW, we like Vanilla WoW, and it's fine to have a Blizz-like Vanilla WoW server, but we also want something new that's still in the spirit of Vanilla WoW. We don't want new retail WoW, because it's not even remotely the same game. We like Vanilla WoW, we like TBC, we like Wrath of Lich King, but add to that. We finish the game that was there, add new stuff, but make it feel the same, make it still in the world, all that kind of bullshit. Yeah, I'm kind of banking on Turtle WoW 2.0, but in the meantime, I am very curious to see what they do with Zulamon. I just pray that they don't do what they've been doing to that to their new zones. Like I said, like we talked about earlier, Telebim and Gilneas were kind of boring. Hopefully, well, at least for Horde side, Gilneas were boring. Hopefully, Zulamon and Quel'Thalas and whatever they do will be much better. We'll see, but I'm actually excited for it. I want to see it. Hunt Singer, yes, the beta is going to start Friday. It'll last 1 month, and then your character will be wiped. The launch of the server is, I don't think they have a date yet, but it's going to be, end of summer, fall-ish, time frame. I'm thinking fall. Alright, I think I'm caught up on chats right now. I'm going to draw a little bit more until you guys chatty chat away. You know what? I did the beard, and I shouldn't have. Okay. So right there is the inner globe of the... Keep spitting on my screen. What the fuck? Let me take a drink real quick. I think my mouth is dry. Yeah, I got ginger ale. Ooh, that felt good. Oh yeah, that's summertime. I said fall because in the event something happens and they have to push it back, then we're not disappointed. But I know they said like summer. I'm saying summer fall because in the event they get pushed back, because beta 3 was supposed to happen months ago. It got pushed back and they did that beta 2.5, remember? Ah, that was bad. Mm, just need to fix that corner. Better, but the line is thin. Let me see if I can... That's fine. You're not really gonna see the stuff like that when it's all colored in, so I'm gonna just leave that like that for now. I just need to do the lid. No. Hang on. I have the thing up here. Let me see what it looks like. Oh, you know what? That's what... Okay, I fucked up. I think, that's what that line was there. It's fine. You know what? I'm gonna wing it. Fuck it. I'm gonna wing it. Yeah. Kind of looks like a jar lid. That looks better. I think that'll be fine. Alright, so let me finish his neck. Let's do his scute. Wait. Yeah, like that. I'd like High Elves added to the Alliance at some point, but Epoch seems adverse to doing so. I think it's because they, other servers are doing that, so they don't want to copy them. Servers need to stop adding fucking goblins to the horde. Goblins are supposed to be neutral. Add fucking ogres. I know Azeroth of War is doing it, but they need to add ogres. I remember when I first joined Turtle WoW, there was a rumor that they were going to add ogres to the Horde. That doesn't seem to be the case now. I just realized something. Okay. I wanted to add stuff to the back of his neck, but looking at pictures, I mean, this is him on from Dragonflight, but I looked at pictures from like Cataclysm. He doesn't really have anything on the back of his neck other than like the scales going down. Then you wouldn't be able to see those from that angle. Because I tried putting like spikes, but I don't know. He didn't have like spikes like that, so oh well, it's gonna have to just be like that. Do his shoulder. Oh my god, bulging arm. That's better. They said release is in Q2, so end of June. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. Uh, the Vanilla Zone as an alliance character feel really like a Vanilla Zone. Very nice. Also, the High Elves are a good implementation of Turtle WoW. Yeah, the High Elves are fine in Turtle WoW, and they got a new zone which I need to go through. I haven't done the new zones yet. I didn't know they came out. Like I knew they were coming out. I didn't know they had already come out. So I need to do that eventually. But so much shit is happening this week, guys. Like, Arc Ascension just got Scorched Earth. Arc Survival Evolved. I just talked about that. They got Scorched Earth. Conan Exiles just got Part 4 of the of their current expansion, the War expansion. Epoch WoW is coming out with their beta. There was something else I'm trying to remember. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening this week, so it's like I'm trying to. I played a little bit of Arc today. I was playing Scorched Earth solo, and it's still fucking hard. I literally, the first thing when I first spawn in is I see those fucking ants come and they just destroy me. I didn't even get a chance to fucking load in yet. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I loaded in again, and then it's a heat wave, which lasts like fucking 5 minutes. So I kept dying over and over again, waiting for this fucking heat wave to go away. I'm like, please, just let it be nighttime or let me find a cave or something. I can't get out of the fucking heat zone. God. Eventually, I managed to get a foothold, and I made a base like in this like little tiny cave that's got like a little waterfall. So I built all up around it, and I have like a ladder going up to the top there, and I've got like a little platform. I made that all out of stone because there's a shit ton of stone everywhere. I only made a few adobe pieces. I made the roof adobe, but adobe is a pain in the ass to make. So I didn't do that. Ogres are too good at PvP versus Alliance Gnomes. Yeah, I do need to play the High Elf Zone. The last one was fine. It was fine, but it could have been better, which I think that's what they're doing. And hopefully that's what happens, right? Because we want it to be good. Oh. Was this Anduin's theme, or this is part of Anduin's theme, right? I'm trying to remember if this was from BFA or from Legion. I, yeah, I don't remember what expansion the song was from. Alright, so, who's excited for World of RuneScape? Dude, I am fucking hyped for that server. I got into the, I don't like that. I got into the closed beta. So that'll be fun to see. Oh, that's another thing. It's not happening this week, but sometime this month is going to be the closed beta for World of RuneScape, which is another World of Warcraft private server, but they're making it like it's basically old school RuneScape coded into the World of Warcraft engine. That's what it is. But I love old school RuneScape, so Yes, continue watching. Never got into RuneScape. I love RuneScape. I played that before I played World of Warcraft. And then, you know, my mom is like, well, you gotta pick one because I'm not paying sub for both of them. I'm like, fuck. I picked World of Warcraft. I picked World of Warcraft, but, I did pick up OSRS when it came out. Eh. Let me get rid of that for a second. Just close up all the ends there so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm almost done here. Well, at least with the line work, I gotta color it next. I just have to do the sand. I don't think I'm gonna do the sand lined. I don't think I'm gonna line the sand. I'm gonna put that in by itself. Let me look at it again without the sketch. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, what else should we talk about, chat? I think we got some good discussions in. Oh, shit. I dribbled. Close that out right there. I'm gonna copy and paste this layer as a backup because I am going to now... I'm gonna actually use my mouse for this part. Okay, so what I want to do is this. Let me get my Nozdormu up so I can get some color on him. Oops, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Ba 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 ba. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish his mouth right there. I'm gonna have to go back and finish that. But let's get some color on him real quick. I can fix that in a second. Nope, I don't want that. I think that's it right there. So now what I want to do is... Uh-oh. What? Why didn't it... There we go. real quick, let's erase that. Deselect. Go back to black real quick. Finish up the teeth. I'm not sure about the racial swapping for Epoch WoW. Like, I don't really see... with any server, because this... Epoch WoW is not the first server to do this. Even Revelation WoW is doing their own version of it. I do not see the point of it, considering World of Warcraft is supposed to be an RPG. Why the fuck are you letting anyone be able to do a racial ability? If the issue you're having is you don't want somebody to have an advantage over the other and whatever, well then just change the ratios to be something else. That's not a flat out 2% damage to beasts, you know what I mean? Because a gnome doing War Stomp does not fucking make sense. Maybe an orc. Sure, they're fucking heavy. If Draenei were playable, sure, a Draenei, they're heavy and they have hooves. I don't see any other race being able to do War Stomp. Cannibalize. Technically, anyone can do it. Whatever, fine. Even the trolls have an animation for it, so I'm completely okay with them having Cannibalize. Shadow Meld. How's that gonna work for half these races? It doesn't. What the fuck? Wait. Oh, I see what it's doing. Hang on. Okay, wait, I see what it's doing. First, I need to fix that tooth, okay? Come on, select all of that. I'm gonna have to just go in there and manually do that part. Motherfucker. I actually don't want this yellow here. Okay. Now we got a base color. Yay! We're doing something! Let's do his, scutes next. His belly scutes. Okay, so your logic is that because World of Warcraft is more of a competitive PvE, you need to forsake the roleplay and the lore. That's exactly the trap that Retail WoW fell into. Nothing fucking matters. The lore doesn't matter. Nothing matters in retail WoW anymore. I'm okay with small gameplay tidbits being non-lore friendly for gameplay, such as a Hearthstone. That's completely fine. In the lore, almost no one has one. Only like 2 main characters have a Hearthstone, because they're that rare. I'm fine with that being not lore friendly, because it's a small little whatever. When it comes to the character itself, your character, your identity, the race, the class, the experience, that all matters. A Tauren is a big, bulky fucking Tauren. I actually do not like the fact that fucking gnomes can destroy them. I wish that they had a plus strength racial, and gnomes had a negative strength racial. I would actually prefer that. Have gnomes have increased intelligence, because that's what they have. So they have a plus 15 in intelligence, and the Tauren have a plus 15 in strength. Orcs have a plus 10 in strength. They're strong, not as strong as Tauren. Every other, what am I trying to say? RPG does this. Elder Scrolls. Fucking Khajiit have the best stats if you want to go stealth or an archer, but you can play a battle mage if you want to. You can do other things if you want to. They're not locking you out of it. Now, World of Warcraft, some classes need to be locked because of various either physical restraints or cultural restraints that the races have on various classes. Like, Tauren do not involve themselves in Fel. They should not and cannot be warlocks. Is that one fucking tribe in High Mountain a bunch of warlocks? In terms of Legion lore? Yes, that's that one tribe. And you know what? They're ousted, outcasted, exiled, whatever, from all of the other Tauren tribes because of that. If you want to play a Tauren in the Tauren society that's part of the Horde and all that kind of stuff, culturally, being a warlock is not a thing. You cannot. If they made it so there was a neutral faction, not part of the Alliance, not part of the Horde, sure, you can be that 1% Tauren who decides to dabble in Fel, because you're not accepted into the Horde. You're outcasted. Demon Hunters are exiled and, in most cases, killed on sight, especially in the Night Elven cultural society. Suddenly they're walking around in game. Okay, I guess this is a thing now. Oh, but there are allies. Shut the fuck up. Ever since Demon Hunters became a thing, they have been hated by the Night Elves. Ever since the Sundering, Night Elves have hated mages. Maiev went and assassinated and killed mages in the city because they were walking around in the city and they happened to be there. Was Tyrande starting to forgive them and starting to let some of them back in because they're not as bad as other mages? Sure, but there was tension. She didn't really like it, but she's going to try it. Maiev said, fuck no, I'm gonna kill them. And you know what? She had followers because others thought the exact same way. It's like, that's what retail WoW is missing, is the actual, like, lore, culture, all this stuff about the races based on the history of what happened. A human should not be friends with an orc and vice versa because there are cultural and historical strains there. You know? A human could have had his whole family wiped out by orcs. Vice versa. Now we're holding hands in Dragonflight, everybody! And that's actually why I made a video months ago that there's some things about Duskhaven I don't like, because just in general, things cannot and should not happen. So when you start blurring the lines and nothing makes sense anymore, why the fuck should I care? Why should I care if you don't care? Think about that. Like, really. Not only, and don't give me the it's a fantasy world bullshit. Fantasy is always based on reality. It's always taken from reality. And again, if anything goes, nothing matters, why should I care? That's why people are doing the memes, because they're gravitating toward the older World of Warcraft, older World of Warcraft, I'm talking the older Warcraft stories, because it was, yes, fantasy, but there was a grounded realism within the fantasy. Boots on the ground, war. Magic was rare. Magic was strong because it was rare, and even then it was limited. And the conflicts between the various factions, the backstabbing, the political backstabbing, was all taken from a realistic sense of what would these people do in this time of crisis. Alterac was that one group of, you know what? I want to live. I don't think the Alliance are going to win. Therefore, if I try playing with the Horde and saying, sure, skirt past me, I will give you access to the Alterac Passage if you spare us. Because he's trying to survive, trying to live. He became a traitor, and he was killed or put to death, or I don't remember what it was. He died. He's done. That's realistic. Shit like that happens in real life, in real wars. That's why people can relate to it. Yes, it's a not real story. It's a fake story, but it's grounded in realism. I can understand the plight. I can understand the reasoning, even if it wasn't a good choice for him. Because, again, grounded in realism. Yes, yes, yes. A full redesign of the racials would be best. I agree. I think having it in skills would be better. Like, instead of having a increased damage against beasts for being a troll hunter or whatever, like, actually, I like that. No, keep that. The active racials are usually what people have the issue with. People still min-max the race class combinations. It's like, I don't give a fuck at that point. When it's 1%, it's not really that big of a deal. Oh, you're doing 100 more DPS out of the thousands that we're doing. Oh, look out, everyone! He's doing 10 extra damage on the meters because he's a troll hunter instead of a whatever, instead of a torrent hunter. Who the fuck cares except for those no-lifing min-maxers? The game should not revolve around them to begin with. And again, that's another trap that retail WoW has fallen into, is catering to those people. The entirety of retail is catered to those people. Mythic Plus, rating. That's it. There's nothing else to do in the game. Mythic Plus, rating. And then, if you're a furry and like ERP, there you go. You got your Vulpera and your scaly Drakfear. I keep spitting. I need to take another drink. Should also do, his toes like that. He's actually got brown scales on his, fingers. You see that? He's got brown scales on his fingers. I don't know if I should go back and draw them in, or if I should just paint them in. I'll save his feet for last. I'll do that later. Just let me do here, here. It's kind of got like a tan bone color. Oh, hang on a second. We're getting somewhere. Then his wings are like a lighter tan color. Oh. Min-maxing is the proper term because only the min-maxers who are the ones who want that top number by any means necessary, and that includes making sure they are the right class, right race combination, having all of the best in slot gear for the level of progression that they're in, all of the enchantments, everything, all of the world buffs, all that kind of bullshit, just so they can do 10 seconds less on the boss. None of that needs to happen. Onyxia's Lair and Molten Core are tuned for level 55s. That's why you can enter as a 55. You can have a whole rate of 55 to 60 in greens and blues. Granted, the greens and blues are like level 50s-ish, 50s, 60s-ish, a few 40s, who cares? You can still win, granted you don't stand in the fire. You don't stand in the fire, you do the 2 mechanics that the boss has, you're fine. You do not need to min-max it so you can down them in like 3 seconds. It's the dumbest shit, really. I've always been of the mindset that the more advantages you give yourself to win, you're a worse player. Because think about it. Let's take Monster Hunter for an example. Back in the day, I think people still do it, but not as much. But back in the day, it was a very popular challenge to fight a monster in, like, Master Rank, which is the high-level stuff, naked. Which means if you get hit once, you're dead. Because you have no gear, no buffs, no nothing. So people would try to do like a no-hit run, and to prove it, they would have no gear to be so that way if they get hit once, boom, they're done. And they would succeed. Would you say that's a better player of not being able to get hit once by a top-end creature, rather than somebody who's in full Fatalis gear? Because I say a group of, like, the group, what was it, like, the group of, like, 10 or 20 druids that were, like, between, like, level 55 and 60 who killed Onyxia a couple years ago. I say those are good players, because it's one class, they're all having to distribute the weight across the roles that they have, but they were not all min-maxed gear. They just kind of went in there and did it, and they had less people. The only time that the top gear comes into play, which I think is acceptable, are the people, like, no one does this really anymore because it's not really as it's not really as impressive, but back in, like, what was it, like, Cataclysm, Mystic Pandaria, roughly, 25 heroic Lich King was still impossible to solo, but one person did it. They were in the top gear at the time, but even then, top gear, they were the only person to do it. And they did other stuff too to kind of like edge their way to the end. But that was fucking impressive. Like, no one else had done that. I think besides the hourglass, the dragon is done. Well, base coat, that is. I need to shade him now. Give him texture. And don't worry also about all these, like, white highlights. That will disappear. I will make it disappear. But yeah, yeah, minor advantages. I mean, like I said, I really don't think people care that somebody's got a 1% buff against a boar. 1% damage increase against a boar. Like, no one... The few 1% of people care about that, and that's what I was talking about earlier, but the vast majority of people don't give a fuck. Alright, so let's start... I'm gonna start with the wings. So... Nah, I don't like that. I like that, but I'm trying to make like the ripples. I think that's fine for now. Let me now do this. I like to add a little bit of gradients in there. Do lighter color. I kind of like the music from Warlords of Draenor. Even though it was a shitty expansion, the music was really good. Very orcish. Let me actually do the gradients. Actually, that's a little too brown. Let me go back. Oops. Went back too much. Yeah, he's kind of on that brown scale. Nah, it's too dark. Do less opacity. I think we're getting somewhere. I might blur the lines of the shadow. Let me see what that would look like. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Just lightly blur it. Just that way it's not as sharp. Sometimes I like the sharp shadow lines, but I think it looks better with it like that. Okay. Mr. Pandaria has good music too. Do the gradients. I like to give it a little gradients, that way it's not just one flat color. You see a little bit of that, like, transition. Let's do that. That's good. I'm probably going to go back in after I'm done with the primary shading and add even more, like, darker shades. That way it's, there's more of a contrast. And this is just going to be for now. Once I actually have the hourglass and all the blue and everything, then I can work on that better. I actually didn't, do it to the wings. I'm just lightly pressing it. Nice. Let's go over to Discord. I've got a ping. Let's see who's pinging me. Oh. I ain't gonna say what that is. Let's see, any news from Azeroth at War? Nothing. Okay, let's check World of RuneScape. Well, what's his name? Keynets has a new microphone. That's always a good thing. He's got like a shitty-ass microphone from his videos he's posted. Project Epoch, we've already gone over theirs. Revelation WoW. Well, Rect is talking. Saying stuff. Anything for Turtle WoW. What is this? They're talking about the Easter stuff, but why is there a Draconoid on the picture? Duskhaven! Nothing. It's been a while since I've caught up with Wallcraft. Anything Hour of Twilight? Nothing. How about Anarchy WoW? The last time they posted was 4 months ago. Yep. That's it. Yeah, it's so weird when you're covering private server news, because, like, you'll go nothing, 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 nothing. Everyone has news! But, I did Turtle WoW's update. I already did a Project Epoch pre-beta video. I do need to do another World of RuneScape video, because a lot more information has come out since my last video. Friday, I have my review of Vanilla WoW. It's just an overall Vanilla WoW review. Like, what do I think about just that era of World of Warcraft? And then I'm going to do, like, a TBC review. It's not going to be a complete deep down dive. I think the video is like 11 minutes long, but still. But that's going to be on my experience just playing Vanilla WoW in general recently. I played TBC recently. I didn't get a lot of playtime into Wrath of Lich King, so I'm probably going to join, I'm going to join, Warmane to play Wrath of Lich King. Then, from there, I'm going to do the Firestorm servers for pretty much all of them except for Mists of Pandaria. Mists of Pandaria, I am going to, I haven't decided if I want to do Tori or Stormforge. Okay, those I'm just gonna shade darker because there's not much. Oops. Ah, that's what I did. Okay. Just gonna shade those darker to begin with because that's gonna be under him anyway. So, okay, so let's do his scutes. Actually, give me the color. Okay. Now let's go darker version of that color. I like that. And let me do like a Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's do... Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay, so... that right there, I don't really want it to be a dark yellow. Like on his jaw, his gums. I want it to be yellow, but not that yellow. So I think I'm gonna play around with that. Thank you, Tetra. We're getting somewhere. We are doing a thing. I think it needs to be darker. Nope. Every time I hear Jaina's theme, like this theme, I always think back to a roleplay I did where I had this theme playing in the background. It was like a sad moment in the roleplay. It ended up being fine, but at that moment it was sad. And I had this song in the background, and it just kind of always reminds me of that roleplay. For years, since the mortal races banded together to defeat the Burning Legion. The drums of war thunder once again. Did y'all know that was Sylvanas' voice when that was saying that? I did not know that until like recently. Are you going to have a sandstorm effect in the background? Maybe. Yeah. Well, I'm making this with the purpose of being able to put it on a t-shirt. So I don't want to go too far out of bounds because One thing I really don't like about t-shirts is when you have just a square picture on the shirt. I like it to be blended into the shirt. Now, it's really hard and almost impossible to get a full pattern shirt, especially if you're doing it by yourself or getting a company to do it for you. So, and they only let you do that spot in the front or on the back. So, I like to do no background stuff. And if I do background, it's got to be like PNG. So I can do a uh effect, but I want to retain it. See my little circle? I want to retain it to just kind of like this area. That way I can it's not going to get cut off. You know what? I didn't get his jaw over here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna work on his hands later because I kind of do want to do those scales, but I'm gonna have to work on those afterward. So besides the hands, which are just flat yellow, the body's looking good so far. Just got to do his horns and hair and his eyes. His teeth are white right now. I'll have to work on that later because those are gonna be tedious. I'll do his mouth next. Oh. That's gonna be annoying. Hang on, I'm gonna have to do this. Row selection by 1. Oof. Nope, that's not gonna work. Might, that might leave some pink outlines. Oh well, we'll have to deal with it. Yeah, something that I'm trying to do, I'm, I'm really just doing it for fun, but what I want to do is make cool, like, t-shirts of all of the private servers, and I will sell them, but most of the money that is profit from it, because a chunk of it is going to go to the website, which is Teespring. So let's say the base price is like $15 for the shirt. It's gonna sell for like 25. That's 10 to me. I'm probably gonna send 8 of that to the private servers as a donation. I'm like I said, I'm just doing this for fun, and I'll take $2 out of it so I can get a taco. But most of that money would go toward private servers. Now, any design that is my own, like the Blade Master I did recently, that would go to me, but I think I have a lower price for that because I don't want to make a profit off it. I'm not looking for that. I'm just doing it for fun. But hey, I'll take some tacos. Now, I just really like drawing, so that's really why I'm doing this. And plus, it gets people hyped about the servers. They look cool. Speaking of comic book, so let me show you. I send, because it's a new drawing tablet, so for a while I wasn't able to work on this. My friend and I, so my friend is doing the sketching and I'm doing the coloring and editing. Let me switch over. So I'm actually making, this is going to be like a legit comic book, not like the one that was World of Warcraft that I never finished. Now this one here has a little bit of inconsistency because again, it was like a couple of years from like that picture where like the trees are like not even there to like this one where I have the pre-made trees that I drew and that I just drag and drop. Got the backgrounds and everything. But, I'm putting, like, way more effort into it. And it's gonna be, like, a full thing. This is just, like, the prequel, too. It's not even getting into the main story yet. This is literally just introductions. So you meet in a tavern. See, I got, like, the mountain in the background. That hut is kind of, very ghetto and lame. But I asked my friend to, pre-make sketches of huts and stuff so we can make them look good. I'll have like 3 or 4 of them, and then we'll just copy paste them because that way we don't have to draw it each time. It'll be faster. Okay, so now I want to do the hair. The hair is going to be weird. So what I want to do is I want to do this one. Pick the color. Is that the color? Oh, I guess it's on the red spectrum. Okay. We're gonna have to go almost black for this. Okay, now let's go a little lighter. Maybe increase the opacity a little bit. It's kind of blending in. I don't like that. Okay. I think I'm gonna do one more shade here. Yeah, like that, but not that line. All right. Okay, so that's better. Normally I like to do that for fur, but I think for hair that's fine. Okay, so now... You know what's funny? Now, this song, whenever I hear this song, I always think of a Caesar salad. Because for whatever fucking reason, I always just happen to be eating a Caesar salad every time I did this dungeon back in the day. So now I hear this song and I always think of a Caesar salad. Well, also when I was a kid, when I played Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Whatever, I replayed it a lot. For whatever fucking reason, I always just happen to be eating like a Papa John's pizza when I get to the island level. So now I always think of that level whenever I eat a Papa John's pizza. I'm gonna do something real quick. If you watched my Blade Master video, you know what I'm about to do. And there we go. All of the... Well, that's going to disappear for a minute, but all of those little white lines are now gone. So now you can actually see the dragon. And not all those freaking little white lines. Oh! Maybe that's what happened with that. Well, it's too late now. I noticed, because normally I grow, like, the pixel count by, like, 1. That's, it was set to 3. So that's probably why it, fucked up on me earlier. It needs to be darker. Glowy eyes! Oh yeah, garlic sauce. I love garlic sauce. I love garlic. That's interesting. These claws are like on the purple spectrum. I'm a bit quiet right now because after all that ranting, my throat is a little bit sore. Ugh. That was a little too much. Grim Battle. Oh, I forgot his nose. How could I forget the nose? Alright, now let's do the lighter color. I think it works. Yes. I think his horns need a little bit of texture. They're a little too flat. Let's see what we got. Leveling slow mode on Epoch and trying to do all the zones and quests. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that for the beta. Because, let's see. Maybe some of this. I'm not gonna do that for the beta because I don't want to burn myself out before the server's even out. Is that even doing anything? Oh, the opacity is like super low, that's why. No, that's washing it out. How about this? Kind of. It's giving a little bit of pores and speckles. Sure. We'll add a little bit of that. Let's see what this does. No, too much. Oof. Adding a little bit of brown to it. I mean, I like the like crackle look, but it's making it brown instead of using the colors that are already there. Let me see what that looks like. I guess that's okay. Let's see what else we got. What does this do? No, I don't like it. I think that's fine. We add a little bit of texture, so it's not as flat. We still have to do his fingers. Oh yeah, I gotta do his teeth. Ugh. Good enough. So I'm gonna turn that off for a second so we can do the hourglass. Oh, you meant for release. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if I'm gonna go for the pet. I have beta 1 pet. That's all I need. I'll see if it the second pet. What was it, like the Zergling? I like that pet, but I wasn't gonna kill for it. I really don't care about the Diablo pet anyway, but whatever. Let me turn that back on so I can see. Okay, so the glass is like blue, and the rim is gold. It's like a bronze gold. Hmm. What? Hang on, we got a... I see it. We got a couple loose lines here. Oops. There we go. Ah! My throat's sore. Oh, that's what it is? It's a beetle? Hell no. I ain't gonna fucking kill myself to get it. Let's see. Where on the spectrum is this blue? Let's do that. Okay, it's just blue. But I don't want blue. I want it to look transparent. Hmm. There's a way to make it look transparent when you're putting stuff in there, but... What? Oh, stupid. So if I do that like the sand, then add another layer on top of it, let's go back to blue. We're gonna reduce the opacity. Yeah, something like that. Because then you see the stuff behind it, but it's... Yeah, we'll do something like that. And then let's go back to the main layer. Yeah, we'll go back to the main layer, because that one's by itself, so we can always lock it if we need to. Ba 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 ba. Mm, 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 mm. Beta the Beetle. I like that. Let me do this though. I'm going to I'm gonna make it its own layer. We are also missing some coloring here. Well, I don't think I'm gonna fix that. Instead, what I'm gonna do is go like that. Lock that layer. Kind of go like that. Let's blend it in. We missed a spot! I don't like that. What? Oh, I forgot we're on the right layer. All right. There. The little stuff you're not going to see once I turn the black stuff back on. And now here, we want to make it like a gold bronze. But we don't want it to blend in with Nozdormu. Thing is, he's already like a golden bronze. Oof, that's really dark. Let's see if I can make it a little lighter, maybe. Alright, there's a way to do metallics. I just suck at metallics. Hi, Ricky Kings. How are you? We're almost done with our Nozdormu painting here. If I turn the black back on, that's what it looks like. We just have to finish the hands, but I'll do that last. I'll do some more shading as well. Maybe I'll do the sand, kind of like behind him a little bit in front of him. We have that speckle tool. I'm going to work on that sand afterward. Get a bit more yellow, kind of. It's a little too yellow. Let's go back to the orange. Yeah, I think I like that better. drowned it out a little too much. That's better. I think that part's a little too dark. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. I like that. And then I'll probably add the runes and stuff later, because that could be done pretty easy. We are waiting for the beta, but the beta's not until Friday, so we're just hanging out right now. This is just a relaxing, chill, talking stream, because the beta doesn't start until Friday. You can create your character right now. You can name him, you just can't play. And then tomorrow is going to be the final update, so you can update your stuff so it's all ready to go for Friday. But for right now, we are making a Project Epoch drawing. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the sand. I'll work on the glass in a sec. I want to work on this sand. Actually, take off the lock real quick. Take away that so I can get the color. Okay. Yeah, fix that up. I just realized something. I'm gonna have to skirt around real quick. Because it's above the black layer. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. It's a work in progress. Did I lock the layer? Okay, now it's locked. Oh, that's way too white. I don't like that. So it looks like the surface. Na, 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 na. Alright, so now let's add some speckling. I don't think so. Okay, that works for right now, but not quite what I wanted. God, what the fuck? Reduce the opacity. Yeah, not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. No, not that one. Where is that speckle? Hang on, let's go to all. Where is it? This one? Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so let's give it a different color so we can kind of see it. That one's not as condensed. Let me try this one. Yeah, that's better. Let's reduce the opacity a little bit. Reduce the size. Yeah, that's kind of what I want right there. Now let's make a lighter green. That's kind of blending in. I think that works. Now let me unlock the layer. I'll go back to that. Yeah, see like that? Let's do that again, but smaller. Yes, I think I like that. Yes, I like it. It's so beautiful. Let's just give a little bit of a... Ooh, that's not working. What is that? Why is that black? Why is that turning gray? That's interesting. Huh. That's very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it this way then. Oop, maybe I should. What? Oh, yeah, that looks a lot better. I'm going to merge that now. There we go. Okay, so nothing happened to it, so it's good. Yep, still there. We're almost done. Just gotta finish the hands. I'm gonna do a little bit more shading, add the sand, the real sand behind him, and then we're good. I don't even need the reference anymore. Actually, no, I still do. I want to add the runes. I forgot about that. That shouldn't take too long. The only thing is I would have to copy the runes. Unless I just make my own. Let me test something. I'm going to... Just put a layer there. Give me that. Now because he's over it. Okay, so let's put that on top. Ooh, I like that one better. Okay. So even though that's kind of like wispy... actually, let me try something real quick. Let me go back to that other brush. Now, how does this look? It kind of like... goes around it like an infinity, so kind of like that. I'm gonna increase, like, okay, now decrease, and then I want to add like a lighter. Now let me take this brush. Yeah, it kind of makes it wispy like that. Let me go over it with a little bit more white, though. Well, not white, it's like a very light blue, but still. I think that's good. How's that look? The glowy effect. And then we'll add like a circle of runes. So let me get that color. Do 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 do. Oof. Actually, that looks kind of cool. Look at that. That, like, watercolor kind of. Whoops. I went back too much. No! I went back too much! Crap. Okay, what did I do? I had this one. And then I had the lighter color. No, I don't like that. Trying to see how I get, like, the wispy. Wait. Hang on. I know what I can do. Hang on. Maybe. Wait, there's a brush. Oh god, I don't remember which one. I think it was like this one. That's what I'm kind of going for, but it was a different brush. No, not that one. It was like that one there, but might just have to do that one. Let me see if I increase the size. Ooh, I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like that. So let me... Kind of like that. Now I want to do the runes. Yeah, I think that one would work. Okay, so I'm just gonna wing it. Oop. It's gonna have to be something I could see. No. It needs to be blue, but it needs to be something I could see. Kind of repeating. Hang on. So I can kind of get a reference. I have an idea. Let me just draw these in. Okay, so I have the runes. Now, get rid of that for a second. Let me try doing this. Okay, so inner glow is not really working. Let me try outer glow. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Let me lock it and do this. I think that looks better. Yeah, I like that. Alright, I'm gonna go back to his hands. I also didn't do his claws. Let me do the claws real quick, because that'll be quick. Can't really see them that well, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a dark gray, low opacity. Oh god, you can't see that at all. Let me do black. There we go. Normally you're not supposed to use black to shade, but when the opacity is so low and it's behind a bunch of shit, I don't care. Okay, claws are done. That was quick. Alright, now let's do the hands. So, do I add the texture first and then shade, or shade and then add the texture? That's the question. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Okay, so if we look at his hands, he actually has like a brown scale going down his hands. He actually has bracers, but I'm not going to draw that. You can't really see his wrist to begin with. Let me see what that contrast looks like. Oh, I have the opacity low. That's actually fine. Let me... With that opacity low, let me do this. Yeah, actually I kind of like that. Okay, so let's do that again here. Nice. Okay, that looks good. So the scales are going down the fingers. Let's increase the opacity. Let me try... Actually, that was an idea. Hang on. Outline it like that. Actually, like kind of like that. And then from there... No, I don't like that. I like the outline. I'm trying to incorporate it now to make scales. What you think? No. Let me look back at his hand. No, I just kind of go from edge to edge. They don't really loop. Okay, so let's do that. Like that? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. And then we'll just shade it in the rest of the way. So let's do... OBS disconnected again. Should be reconnecting now. There we go. Okay, yeah, it's reconnected. I don't know why it's doing that. It's the second time it's done that. Luckily, it's only lasting like 2 seconds, but... Alright, I think I'm pretty much... Let's take away the background. So that's what he looks like. I think I'm pretty much done. I just want to add a little bit more shading. A little bit more, like, darker colors, like, just on the edges there. I'll add a little bit more of a blue glow effect, and then we'll do the sand behind him, and then I think that's it. I'll be done. Okay, so where's he? Yeah, that's him right there, okay. Almost there. Do a little bit more on his horns and face. This was not our destiny. Do 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 do. Actually, let me go black for that. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's just give him a little bit of blue highlights. Alright, I'm gonna add the sand in the background and then he's done. Alright, so what color do we want for the sand? We'll do the... Here, I'll do like this Project Epoch color. Eh, it's a little too orange. Alright. I think we're done. I'll put the white background so you can see the sand. If I do the background black, I'll show you. Better. Now you can see it a little bit better. I think we're done. That's it. Alright, y'all. Good stream. We had fun. You know what? Hang on, real quick. I want to... give a little contrast to the, like, dust cloud there. Okay, now it looks better. It just needed that contrast. It looked kind of weird. Okay, so... talked a lot about Project Epoch, talked a lot about Turtle WoW, other servers. This should not be here. This needs to go in my car. And I think we had a good time. I'm going to send this to Kato to see if he'll let me put it on the shirt. Alright, I will be back Friday afternoon, about this, yeah, actually this time exactly, Friday, to play the Project Epoch beta. So, I'll see you guys later.